Welcome. Okay, so the waitlist for the July intake is now open for Practice Momentum. Super exciting. And I thought it might be helpful to make you a really quick video to give you some more information about what it is. So, Practice Momentum is a business mentoring, consulting, advising, coaching, and support program. It goes for 12 months, so it's a 12-month immersion, and it's delivered in a way that is really flexible around your existing commitments for work and study. And the reason that I've created it to be super flexible is because last year, and other previous years, there were people that did want to work with me, but they couldn't because they couldn't find the time. They were either studying full time, they were working full time, trying to get the practice going on the side and all that kind of stuff. So this program is not like all the other programs out there. This one is very, very flexible. We just use voice. So it's all voice based coaching. You can connect with me as many times as you like. 365 days of your program. You can connect with me morning, noon, or night, and I will get back to you really super quickly. Like, I pride myself on the responsiveness. And I think that that is why so many of the other women in Momentum have got such amazing results so quickly. When you join the program, you'll be able to talk to them and hear more about their stories if you like. But some of the results that I can share with you are that one lady, she hadn't paid herself for 3.5 years. She'd been doing private practice, she was teaching yoga, mindfulness, and doing counseling, hadn't paid herself for 3.5 years. It all got to the pointy end of the stick, and this was her sort of last ditch attempt at figuring out the practice. She joined Momentum. I gave her strategies. She got loads of support along the way. And within 30 days, she was already approaching nearly fully booked. Okay. Um, she's also paying herself for the first time in 3.5 years, if I didn't say that already. Yeah, so that's happening for her. There's another lady there. She was transitioning out of full time work. She's now 3 days in her private practice, and she's been in the program 4 months. Somebody else redid their whole entire website by themselves, and they weren't tech savvy. And, she did it, and she's really proud of it, and it's converting. She's already getting inquiries and things like that. So, there are lots of wins and lots of successes. This program works because you get help really, really quickly. Okay. It really works for women who are therapists who know that something needs to change. They've tried other things. Maybe they've been in private practice groups. Maybe they've connected with other private practice coaches, but their approach just felt a little bit vague or disconnected, or they weren't really sure if they could help. Things like that. Or they've been going to their supervisor, asking their supervisor for help with their private practice, and either the supervisor's been giving them some support and it hasn't been working, or the supervisor's just not been able to provide it. So it really works if you are serious about getting results, if you want to implement things, if you're open to learning new things, if you're quite coachable, things like that. This can absolutely work for you, no matter sort of where you are, what stage you're at. So, yeah, there are people who haven't started their practice that are in Momentum who are learning how to open the doors once they finish their qualifications. There are other people who've been in it, as you heard, one lady 3.5 years, another one has been in it over 20 years and never taken a holiday. She is taking her very first holiday in July. So we're all sort of celebrating that for her at the moment. And she's able to do that because of changes that she's been able to make to the business as well. So it works for therapists, I guess, the same way as it does for our clients. Like, if you're motivated, you're going to get something from it. Um, Okay. I created it because when I was looking for help with my private practice, there wasn't anybody to do it in the way that I needed it to be done. Um, they either wanted to have 1 hour Zoom coaching sessions with me once a month, which was just how it gets done. But that didn't work for me because it meant that if something popped up, I had to hold on to it for sometimes 2 or 3 weeks until I had the session. And then by the time I got to the session, I probably would have dealt with it, and then I'd just be unpacking how I handled it and stuff like that. What I really needed was somebody to be available and to help me sort of in the moment. And over time, I realized it was the same for other women as well. And then more recently, in November, December last year, I was diagnosed with ADHD, ADID, and autism. And I realized then too that maybe I was having some resistance around feeling locked into having appointments in my diary. And so I wanted to create a new way of working that would work with my energy, and also be super responsive. And this works. And a lot of the women in Momentum, just as luck would have it, also turned out to be neurodivergent as well. So it really works for us people who don't like having big time commitments locked down in our diaries. And that's why I created it. Um, I've already mentioned with to you some of the results, but other things here are like people started to get inquiries and bookings within the first week. Somebody made back her first monthly payment within the first 5 days of being in Momentum. Like, it works. I think one of the biggest shifts that I've noticed that I didn't expect was really around identity. A lot of the women, sort of shifting out of that employee mindset, therapy mindset into the mindset of a business owner and what they wanted that to look like for them. And the way that I help you in the business is I created a sustainable model. So it provides you with systems and processes that you can install. It's no software, don't worry. It's more processes and strategies that you can install into your business. And once you do, what happens is it creates financial sustainability for the business. It provides a high level of support for your clients, a lot higher than what you're already providing. And it feels really, really good for you too, because it's values congruent. You spend less time doing marketing, because with this sustainability process, it helps you create like a pipeline of ready to work with your clients, and it's doing that on autopilot in the background. You don't need to do anything. Like, you just have to set it up and then let it go. Okay. And so with the model that I created and that I teach, it really helps you return to doing the things that you really, really love, which is using your gifts and helping your beautiful soulmate clients. Okay. Um, you shouldn't join this program if you want me to do it all for you. Like, I'm not a VA, I'm not an employee. I'm your business advisor, consultant, mentor, and bestie. I'm not going to do it for you. And the reason why is because it's really important that you get the growth, and you're not going to get that if I'm doing it. If I do something for you and it turns out to be successful, you won't feel good celebrating that because you didn't like do it. It's not your celebration, it's my celebration. And that's not okay. Like, I really want you to um try new things. It's why you're here. The things that you're doing might not be really working. So you're here to try new things. And yes, they're going to feel hard or difficult or challenging sometimes, but I'm here with you every single step of the way. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Okay. So yeah, it's also not great for people who would prefer to have, 1 or 2 hour Zooms with me. Like, it's just not my thing. I prefer in the moment help rather than you stockpiling issues and challenges and problems and then just like dumping them in a session. That's not helpful to you. And I can't help you best if you've already kind of dealt with it because you're waiting on our session to discuss it. So it's not going to work for you if you need that, 1 or 2 hour once a month FaceTime. In saying that, the program is entirely private. It's a private one-to-one coaching program with me. However, there's also a group. So nearly all, there's 21 women in Momentum at the moment, and 18 of them are in a community that they wanted to create. So that's there. So you can have time with them there. Once a month, on the first Thursday of every month, we have a mastermind, hot seat, catch up. You can get extra support basically for your business, but you also get to see everybody in real time, build out referral networks. But because it's a 12-month program, everybody's getting really close and they're forming friendships and connections, and people are starting to see each other outside of the program and all that kind of stuff. So you've still got options there for FaceTime and things like that, but it's just not like that one-on-one sit down all that kind of stuff. No, this is as something happens, you send me a message, you go, something's just happened. And then I get back to you and I go, okay, here's what we're going to do. So, yeah, that's what this is for. And that's why it works. Yeah, so the doors open on the 15th of July. I'll be accepting 20 people in. And the reason why I'm only accepting 20 is because I just want to make sure that it is quite an intimate space and want to make sure that we kind of contain that. So, yeah, it's just for 20 people. So, when you fill out the application form, it's not a guarantee, right? You will be invited if your application meets the criteria. There are, I know some of you will be thinking about payment. In the application form, you can also let me know what payment options are going to work best for you as well. And if you need something else, there's also space for you to let me know. You're not going to miss out on joining the program because you need a reduced payment plan for a little while. Like, it's not about that. Um, there are plenty of women in Momentum that are on reduced payment plans that then go on to like the normal payment plan after a period of time. And the reason that we were able to do that was to give them the opportunity to start making money so that then they could pay for the program. So that's available to you as well. So, yeah, look, you will go and fill out the application form. I'll review it and then I'll get back to you within 48 hours, 2 working days, and let you know sort of, what's going on, where you stand, how it's progressing, all that kind of stuff. And we can go from there. Already mentioned why we're only accepting a small number of people. If you're hesitating, that's totally fine. I would say reach out, ask me if you've got questions. Ask me if there's mindset issues, or if you feel like it might be helpful for you to speak to somebody who's in Momentum. Let me know, and I'll put the call out to the community and see if somebody's available to have a quick chat with you. I'm sure they'd all be very, very happy to talk with you about their experiences in it. So that's there as well. But the other thing I would say is if you're hesitating, is probably just the coaching me now. I would say tune in to what the hesitation is because, again, it's a step outside your comfort zone. So you're going to hesitate. You're going to feel unsafe. You're going to feel nervous. You're going to feel anxious. You're going to be, there's going to be all this anticipation about it. But once you pull the pin and you're in, like, it goes and it's happy dancing, and we start to do the work. Like, you get instant access. You can be getting support on the day that you join. So I would just say tune in. If it's fear that's getting in the way, let's overcome it. I don't want you to have to wait another 6 months or another 12 months in struggle town when you could be getting help now. Okay. So if you're ready to take the next step, go ahead, join the wait list, and I'll be in touch soon. I cannot wait to work with you. All right. Bye.